Hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name is Adam Amma and I'm a videography student of the University of Ghana. We are about to start the presentation of our academic writing project work on the topic guinea worm disease. So this is the slides we are going to use for the presentation. So this is our group presentation outline. First, we are going to talk about the overview. Then we move on to the life cycle of pinworm. Then we move on to symptoms of pinworm infection. Then we talk about the treatment, preventive measures, counter-transmission, and some intriguing factors about the guinea worm disease. This will call upon our sister Aisha Ahmed to start with the overview for us. So, Aisha Ahmed, what do you have for us under the overview? Hello, Aisha.
Yes, I'm hearing you, but
Please,
it's
what
not
do you
very
have?
loud.
Okay, so what do you have for us under the overview
Okay, okay. So
of
starting with
the
the
guinea worm
overview,
disease?
we'll be doing an overview on the guinea worm disease. Please hold on for me. Hello, sorry for the interruption. So we'll be talking about
Okay,
the guinea worm disease, and that is also called the Dracunculiasis, and it is caused by the guinea worm parasites. And the guinea worm itself, scientifically, is called the Dracunculus medinensis. And it is shown that this disease affects not only humans, but it affects animals too. It affects wild animals, domestic animals, as we have here. There's the donkeys, and particularly it affects the dogs and the cats. Now, these animals, we have those that just keep the parasites without allowing the parasite to mature. Now, we call these animals the paratenic hosts. And then we humans, actually, the animal matures and reaches um, sexual reproductive stage in us. So these animals may take in the copepods, that is the water fleas that store the larvae. And then when humans eat the animals, mostly when we don't cook it well or we eat it raw, then the larvae gets transferred to us, the humans. Now the human is taken as the definitive host. This means that the parasites will then mature to sexual maturity, where it will become the worm in us and comes out through our lower limbs, under the skin, and then it is taken out. Now, the dog, particularly, can also act as a definitive host. So it means that the larvae can also mature into the worm in the dog also. But usually, the animals are just paratenic hosts. They just store the larvae and then it doesn't turn into the worms. Now, this larvae first is taken up by the copepods, which are the intermediate hosts. Now, these copepods also keep the larvae. They don't allow the larvae to grow into a worm. So that is why they are called the intermediate host. So without them, the larvae will not reach its infective stage. So in the copepods, the larvae gets to its infective stage, and then when it's taken up by the animal or the human, and it gets into its actual definitive host, then it grows and then forms the worm, and then it causes the infection and then comes out in the skin, forms the lesions and then the blisters, and then cause the pain and all what have you. Now, this disease also is kind of neglected. It is a neglected tropical disease. People don't really take it into consideration, though um, there are remarkable treatments and all that. still it is there. For every one person that we get treated, there are 20 who are not treated. So the data we have is mostly based on those who have actually reported the cases. So it would be good if we all pay attention and then we learn more about it, and then we can be able to handle it well even within our own communities. I'll now hand over to my friends to continue and tell you more into details. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aisha, for the presentation on the overview. So we will now move on to our next topic, which is the life cycle of the guinea worm. This topic will be handled by Ayawin Bismarck. Hello, Bismarck. What do you have for us under the life cycle of the guinea worm disease? The guinea worm. Hello, Bismarck. Okay, Bismarck is not responding, so we'll have to move on to the symptoms of the guinea worm infection, which will be handled by Samuel Owusu. I met lab student. So, Samuel Owusu, are you here with us?
Hello.
Hello, Samuel. Okay, so please walk us through the symptoms of the guinea worm infection.
Okay. So the symptoms of the guinea, like there are, let's say you have numerous symptoms, but for me, I would like to elaborate on only 12 of them. So first,
Hello,
some of the
Samuel, please pause and let me attend to Ayawin Bismarck again. I think there was a problem, so I think he is now. Like, I'll allow him to uh, continue with the life cycle of the guinea.
Hello.
Hello,
Please, can you
Samuel.
hear
You
me?
can now. Yes, please.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, please. We can hear you.
Okay. So,
So, go ahead
thank
to
you so
the
much.
life cycle of the
Okay, so I'll continue with the life cycle of the guinea worm, as our sister Aisha has illustrated how they are being affected by human being, dogs, and then cats. But I was specific. I will take the human one, how the life cycle goes on in human beings. So first of all, this life cycle is a complex way which involve human being and then the water flakes, which is the copepods. Now it gets into us through us taking a contaminated water, which um, have the copepod, which is affected by the guinea worm. Now, when we drink such a water, now the water gets into our body and being digested by the acid in our stomach. During the digestion, the worm is not destroyed, only the copepod is being destroyed. Now, the worm will got an opportunity to release into the stomach, move into move through the walls and then the intestines, then gets into the abdominal cavity where it gets matured. During the maturation, what happens is that the female normally has about 60 to 100 centimeter, meaning that one is more longer than the male. During the maturation too, they meet, but as soon as they meet, the male will as soon as die, leaving the pregnant worm, which is the female. So after that, you see that the female pregnant worm, which is being carrying larva, will move towards the feet. When it's moved toward the feet, they will form some small blister. But because it's want to release the larva into a water or a water, it will try to form that opening, small opening, but it has some painful sensation. And then sometimes people may thinking that, oh, let me put my leg in water so that the pain will be relieved. But doing so gives an opportunity for the worm to release all the lava into the water, so that the cycle then repeats again. That's how the cycle goes. Yeah. So I'll hand over to the next person so that he can continue on with the next step. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, yes, can you hear me?
Somehow, I'm sorry, my mic was muted. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry. Please walk us through the symptoms of guinea worm infection.
Oh, yes, can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
So for the symptoms of this thing, the guinea worm, like we have numerous symptoms, but me myself, I would like to elaborate on any two of them. Yeah. So firstly, we have fever or itching. Yeah. So before the worm emerges, the infected person may, let's say, develop fever, yeah, swelling and intense itching at the site where the worm is about to break through the skin. Yeah. Then also the immune system reacts to the worm's presence, causing inflammation and discomfort. Yeah. And also some individuals too may, let's say, experience an allergic reactions, leading to the widespread itching and some rashes. Yeah, that's for the itching or the fever. Let's come to difficulties in walking. Yeah, some people may encounter difficulties in walking by, let's say, the guinea worms often emerge from the lower limb, particularly at the feet and the legs. The pain and inflammation makes it difficult to walk. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see, the secondary bacterial infections at the worms exit site can worsen this thing, the mobility issues. And if multiple worms emerge simultaneously, the pain and swelling can be debilitating, leaving the person's, let's say, leaving the person temporarily disabled. That's for the difficulties in walking. Then lastly, I will elaborate on skin effect. Let's say a person, painful blister forms where the worm is about to emerge, usually on the feet or the legs, but sometimes on the other parts of the body. Let's move on. The blister ruptures, revealing the worm, which can be over a meter long. Open sores caused by the worm's emergence can lead to several bacterial infections, abscesses, and even sepsis if untreated. Then the last part will be the, let's say, dark scars or pigmentation changes may remain after the worm is removed. This my notes on the symptoms. So I would like to hand over to the next person for his or her presentation concerning the guinea worm infection.
I see
Okay.
I've been in person before.
Okay, thank you, Samuel, also for working out through the symptoms of inworm infection. We now have to shift to the next topic, which is the preventive measures. The preventive measures of inworm infection, which will be handled by Umar Farouk, a level 100, level 200 physiotherapy students.
Ah,
Hello, Umar. Hello, Umar.
I dey count.
Hello, Umar.
Ah, this boy.
I channel once I cancel. And then if you go to MIS, six the show. But up for different okay, yes, sir. And fucking in America, interpretation they say group of institutions in their own academics and on quick UGCS. And I know, but I talk about more resolving.
Okay, I'm sorry. The preventive measures is supposed to be handled by Prince Downfall, level 200 lab students. I made a mistake, so Prince, I will make you handle the preventive measures now. I'm sorry for the mistake I made. And please continue for us with the preventive.
Okay, hi guys. Thank you for giving me this platform to educate you on how we can deal with the guinea worm infection diseases. Um, Guinea worm is an infectious disease, and then we get it from contaminated water. And this situation is very predominant among our rural areas. Why? Because um, we don't understand the idea behind our proper hygiene that lead us to good quality health. So, talking of the preventive measures, I would like to elaborate on um, proper health education and awareness. Educating communities about the life cycle of the guinea worm and then how it spreads helps people adopt preventive measures. And then not to make encouraging people not to wade or bathe in sediment water sources prevents contaminations. So I would like to say that to deal with this situation, we have to educate our people, the people that we live in our houses, that the water and then our surroundings plays a very crucial role in dealing with these diseases. And also, how we can control these diseases is to provision of clean and safe drinking water. As I said earlier, these diseases is inherited from contaminated waters, right? Yeah. So the guinea worm larvae are found in stagnant water sources like ponds and unfiltered wells, and access to clean drinking water through boreholes, wells, and piped water reduces transmissions. Where piped water is unavailable, water should be boiled or treated with chemical disinfectants like chlorine. Doing with control of the lava, right? Yeah, treating the water with chemicals and then, I mean, having access to clean water stops the life cycle of the lava. It prevents the spread. Okay, so talking of um, the prevention, I would also like to talk about control of water fleas. That's the cyclops using our larvicides, as I mentioned earlier in treatment. That we have to apply larvicides such as abates in a stagnant water bodies kills the cyclops before they can give worm larvae. This method is particularly useful in areas where people are relying on open water. So, assuming we have rivers as our source of drinking water, we have to make sure that we keep that particular river clean by adding some chemicals. We have several chemicals on the market that, I mean, it's not safe, all right, but it's advisable for us to treat our water bodies that we use at home so that we can deal away with this guinea worm infection. So that leave my other colleagues to proceed with.
Okay, Prince, thank you for your presentation. We now have to move on to our next topic, which is the treatment of the guinea worm disease. The treatment of the guinea worm disease will be handled by Umar Farouk, a physiotherapy student at the Little University of Ghana. Hello, Umar.
Yeah. So with the
Uh,
treatment of, can you hear me? So with the
yes, please, we
treatment
can hear
of
you.
guinea, so with the treatment of guinea worm, we can remove the worm slowly. So a doctor or a health worker carefully pulls out the worm a little bit, so that it won't like break. Abi, you understand? Yeah. And cleaning the wound.
Okay.
The sore or where the wound come from must be cleaned with clean water. So, hello. Oh, network.
And
Oh, network.
I can hear you.
Network.
Hello, Umar. Hello, Umar. Okay, I think Umar is having network problems. So we'll have to move on for now to Carter and his mission and guinea worm disease, which will be handled by Michael Corantin Ofori. Hello, Michael.
Hello. Okay, so my role here is to talk about Carter and his mission. So, who is Carter, you may ask? Well, Jimmy Carter is the 39th President of the United States, and he is not only known for his leadership in politics, but also for his incredible humanitarian work. After leaving office, he founded the Carter Center in 1982, a non-profit organization dedicated to promoting human rights and improving global health. And you might ask, what is Carter's relationship with the guinea worm disease? Well, one of the one of Carter's center's biggest success has been its fight against this guinea worm disease. In 1986, when Carter Center began its efforts, there were about 3.5 million cases of guinea worm disease reported annually in 21 countries across Africa and Asia. This disease, caused by drinking contaminated water, was causing immense suffering, especially in rural communities. And how did Carter help? How did Carter Center help? Well, in part, UNICEF and national governments, they led historic campaigns to eradicate this disease. They mainly focused on providing clean drinking water by promoting water filtration and drilling boreholes. They also publicized health education to teach communities how to prevent the spread of this guinea worm disease, and also made sure that there was surveillance on contamination to track the outbreak and stop it. And thanks to this effort, the guinea worm disease is now on the verge of complete eradication, with only a handful of cases left in just a few countries. Jimmy Carter always believed that there was no disease should hold back human progress. His work has saved millions from suffering, and even in his late 90s, he remains committed to seeing the guinea worm disease become the second human disease ever eradicated after smallpox. So, as we talk about guinea worms today, let's just remember this incredible mission of Jimmy Carter, and the Carter Center. Their work proves that with commitment and global cooperation, we can defeat even the toughest diseases. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think Umar is back, so Umar will re go over what he was trying to say again under the treatment of the guinea disease. Hello, Umar. Okay, I think Umar has lost connection again. So we'll move on to our next slide, which was supposed to be handled by Ebenezer Sawoko physiotherapy student, but however, he's not here, so I'll just have to read the slides and then that will bring us to the end of the video. So, what are some of the intriguing facts or interesting facts about the worm disease? One, it is on track to become the second human disease and the first parasitic disease to be eradicated without a vaccine or medication. And this fact is from the World Health Organization. So as in 2023, there were only 14 human cases left. In 2022, there were 13 cases left. The information was gotten from the World Health Organization. Okay, as at now, there are only 7 cases left from the World Health Organization has also certified. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the presentation on guinea worm disease. Thank you for paying attention to our live video. We will try and do it better next time. Bye.